Prince Harry appeared shattered. It wasn't the typical fatigue from a long flight or a restless night, but the profound, draining weariness of a man burdened by something too heavy to let go. His eyes, once lively and full of that royal charm, now seemed vacant and overwhelmed, as if he were caught in a life he never chose. And then, after years of quiet, the palace finally spoke out. Not in anger or retribution, but with genuine concern for one of their own. Word around town is that Harry is starting to realize the enormity of what he gave up. He finally sees the consequences of his decisions, and he's disgusted with the person who convinced him to walk away from it all. The signs have been there for a while now. Harry's recent essay about Britain wasn't just a random piece, it was an emotional tribute to everything he lost. He expressed missing the UK in a way that felt deeply personal, not just like a longing for a vacation spot, but like missing home, missing the person he used to be. Royal experts quickly picked up on it, suggesting it was Harry's quiet admission that he made a massive mistake. He gave up his military titles, his charity work, lifelong friendships, and most heartbreakingly, his brother, all for a Californian dream that's now turning into a nightmare. Sources close to the palace say Harry's been a different person lately, quieter, more somber, as if the spark in him has dimmed. He's isolated in that Montecito mansion, cut off from everyone who knew him before the chaos began. The friends who once made him laugh, the family who protected him, the life that once made sense, all gone. And for what? A string of failed Netflix shows and podcast deals that nobody cares about. Reports also say that when Harry's alone, he often stares off into space, replaying his choices, wondering how things went so wrong so fast. But here's the truly dark part. Multiple sources claim that Meghan now controls every aspect of Harry's life, his schedule, phone calls, who he talks to, what he says publicly, even his private conversations with family. Friends who've known Harry for years say he's become a shadow of the fun-loving, carefree prince they once knew. That lively, prank-pulling guy is gone, replaced by someone constantly nervous and looking over his shoulder, always afraid he might say the wrong thing. Body language experts have been scrutinizing recent footage of the couple, and what they've observed is concerning. Harry's posture is slumped, his smile no longer reaches his eyes, and when Meghan's around, he visibly tenses up, as if awaiting her correction or instructions. These are classic signs of someone living under constant pressure, someone who's lost their sense of self. One expert went as far as to say that Harry seems to communicate defeat in every movement. It's not just exhaustion, it's surrender. Now, a little real talk. Most of you watching aren't subscribed, which is surprising given the drama. Do me a favor, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell so you don't miss what happens next. This story is about to take an even crazier turn, and you'll want a front row seat. It only takes 2 seconds, go ahead, do it now. Now, here's where things start to get really interesting. Harry's been dropping some serious hints that he wants out of this mess. He recently told the BBC that he's seeking family reconciliation, saying that life's too short for all this fighting. And get this, he's been reaching out to William privately. Not through lawyers or PR teams, but actual brother-to-brother conversations for the first time in years. Palace insiders say these calls have been raw and emotional, with Harry basically admitting he can't keep doing this. William's been cautious, of course, because Harry has hurt him before. But William still sees the little brother he once knew beneath all the California nonsense, and he wants to help pull him out. Even King Charles is reportedly worried sick. Multiple sources say Charles barely sleeps anymore, constantly thinking about his son, stuck across the ocean in what's starting to look like a prison with ocean views. Charles has told his inner circle he'd welcome Harry back in a heartbeat, no questions asked, if Harry would just come home. Not back into royal duties, necessarily, but back into the family, back where people love him for who he is. Not what he can do for their brand. The palace, insiders claim, has been quietly preparing for months for Harry's potential return, making space just in case. But there's a massive obstacle standing in the way: the marriage. Sources close to the couple, those who see them behind closed doors, are saying Harry and Meghan essentially live like roommates now. Not husband and wife, not partners, just two people stuck in the same house, trying to avoid each other. Reports claim there's been zero intimacy between them since their second child was born. Zero. They sleep in separate rooms, eat meals at different times, and only appear together when there's a camera involved. It's all for show, all performance, all fake. The contrast in their goals couldn't be clearer. Harry wants to go back to the UK, to reclaim his old life, his family, his purpose. Meghan, on the other hand, is building her Hollywood empire, chasing deals, trying to be the next Oprah, or whatever fantasy she's sold herself. She has no interest in going back to Britain, where she'll always be an outsider and never have the control she craves. So, they're pulling in completely opposite directions, and that tension is tearing them apart. They've started doing separate appearances, separate projects, living separate lives while pretending everything is fine for Instagram. But here's the kicker, Harry is finally pushing back. After years of going along with everything Meghan said, nodding like a puppet, he started saying no. Reports from their inner circle say Harry has stopped living in her shadow, especially after he saw his father and realized how much time he's wasted. Friends are noticing the change, he's pulling away. His heart isn't in the Hollywood game anymore. He shows up to events looking miserable because he is miserable, and he's done pretending otherwise. Meghan is losing her grip, and she knows it. She's scrambling to control the narrative, doing damage control interviews, posting carefully edited photos, but people aren't buying it anymore. They see through it. They see Harry's pain. And the more she tries to tighten her grip, the more he slips away. It's like watching someone try to hold sand. The harder you squeeze, the faster it falls through your fingers. That's what's happening right now, and Meghan's absolutely panicking. Meanwhile, back in London, the palace machine is moving. William's been in talks with senior advisors about how to handle Harry's potential return. But here's the catch, they'll welcome Harry back, but not Meghan. Never Meghan. The royal family learned their lesson. They're not letting that chaos back inside the palace walls. They're creating a safe space for Harry, a way back that doesn't include the person who caused all this damage in the first place. It's Harry or nothing. King Charles has made it clear he wants a relationship with his grandchildren, too. Archie and Lily are being raised an ocean away, barely knowing their royal heritage, and Charles is desperate to be part of their lives before it's too late. The palace has quietly prepared rooms for them. Started planning visits, hoping that, maybe, just maybe, Harry will bring the kids home, even if he comes alone. ChatGPT said, at the end of the day, family matters more than pride, grudges, and all the drama that surrounded Harry over the past 5 years. So, where does this leave him? Standing at a crossroads. On one side is California, failed projects, a loveless marriage, and a woman who sees him as a stepping stone for fame. On the other side is home. His real home. His brother, his father, his country, the military honors he earned, the charities that meant everything to him, and a chance to rediscover himself instead of being Meghan's silent sidekick. The choice seems obvious to everyone watching, but making that choice means admitting he was wrong. Admitting he wasted years, admitting that walking away was the biggest mistake of his life. Reports say Harry's close to breaking. Not breaking down, but breaking free. He's tired of the games, tired of the control, and tired of pretending that this California fantasy is worth the cost of everything he gave up. Friends say he's been looking at old photos from his military days, charity events with William, times when he actually smiled and meant it. He's mourning the person he used to be, the life he threw away, and the family he abandoned for someone who never truly loved him, just loved what he represented. Meghan's getting desperate now. She knows if Harry leaves, her entire empire crumbles. Without him, she's just another failed actress with a podcast no one listens to. He's her ticket, her brand, her relevance. So, she's doing everything she can to keep him locked down, scared, and controlled. But fear only works for so long. Eventually, people wake up. Eventually, they remember who they were before someone convinced them to be someone else. The palace is waiting. William's waiting. Charles is waiting. The entire country is waiting to see if Harry will finally choose family over fame, love over control, home over Hollywood. Because everyone can see what he lost, everyone except maybe him. But whispers say he's starting to see it now. He's beginning to understand that Meghan didn't save him from the royal family. She saved him from happiness, from purpose, from everything that made him Harry. So, the question isn't whether Harry regrets leaving anymore. The question is whether he has the strength to come back. Whether he can admit he was wrong, swallow his pride, and walk away from the woman who spent years convincing him that she's the only one who understands him. The truth is, she never understood him. She understood his title, his fame, his access. But the real Harry, the soldier, the brother, the charity worker, the guy who just wanted to make his mom proud, she never knew that person. And she never wanted to. The palace statement said it best, Harry remains a cherished member of the family. And they're asking everyone to give him space and compassion while he deals with private challenges. That's palace speak for, we know he's suffering. We know he's trapped, and we're ready to help when he's ready to accept it. No revenge, no punishment, just a door left open for the day he decides to walk through it. Will he? That's the $1,000,000 question, or in Harry's case, the £1,000,000 question. His entire future hangs in the balance. Stay in California and watch his soul die slowly, or go home, face the music, admit his mistakes, and rebuild what he destroyed. Either way, one thing's crystal clear, Harry finally regrets leaving the royal family, and he's absolutely sick of Meghan Markle.